Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am here with block number 8 for our Crochet Block of the Month series. This is August. This is 2024. I'm doing one crochet block per month every month of this year, and if you are watching after 2024, that means the whole series is done and there is a playlist link in the description. You can go to that playlist and get caught up to where we are now if you're watching when I upload, or if you're watching after 2024, the whole playlist will be there and you can just do all the blocks at your leisure. We are going to be doing the shell stitch. What I love about the shell stitch is it looks complicated, but it's really very easy. The only part that you might find complicated and that you probably won't love is when we go around the edges with our slip stitch edging, and that you're going to need to watch the first video of January crochet block of the month to see how we do that. And I don't know, I might have repeated it a little bit in the second video, I can't remember, but you're going to need to watch at least the first video to understand exactly what we're doing here. Shell stitch, and I'm going to be doing a swatch. Now I will explain to you there's several different ways to do the shell stitch. Most people, I think, maybe use the 2-row repeat way. I use the 1-row repeat because every row is the same. It means that I start every row with a half shell and then full shells the rest of the way. But then you don't have to remember and say, oh, now what am I supposed to do here on this row? Which row am I on? Every row is going to be the same, so I think you'll like that. A lot of people also do chain 3, then 3 double crochets for their half shell. I went with chain 3, 2 double crochets. If you already know the shell stitch, you just do it any way you want. Now, one thing, to get it 12 inches wide was a little tricky because it's a pretty big stitch. It's actually a multiple of 6 plus 1. And I know some of you don't understand what that really means. I'll show you when I do the swatch. I'll show you how to count it out so you don't have to do any math. So I decided to go a little bit bigger than smaller in the width. So I'm quite a bit off, maybe like almost a whole inch. But we know that we can fix that when we're doing our join. I do have a video with the join. I will try to show you the join again when I'm joining rows, just so you can have a recap. It's a very forgiving join, and we can make our blocks fit, whether some of them have more stitches than others, because they do, or even if they're bigger or smaller. All right, so we don't have to worry about any of that. What else did I want to tell you? Oh yeah, so this way I have my 12 inches. I went with 12 in that direction. It's not a perfect square, and that's okay. It's all going to work out when they're joined. And I did not start with a foundation row. Most people don't. I don't think anybody that I watched does, but I kind of wish I would have. But I ended with a single crochet row, and I'll show you that in the swatch also. All right, so let's just get started. I'm going to make a chain in a multiple of 6 plus 1. And again, you'll hear different things. Some say 6 plus 2. It all depends on what kind of row repeats they're doing. If you don't want to figure out, well, what's a multiple of 6? All you do is count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, say you're making an afghan. You're just going to keep counting by 6 until you get about the width you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 6 equals 12. 12 is a multiple of 6. Now let's do 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I know I have a multiple of 6 because I've just been repeating 6, 6, 6. And let's say that's as much as I want, and that's as much as I want for this swatch. Then I said multiple of 6 plus 1. So we did our multiples of 6 plus 1. One more chain. That's it. So as wide as you would want your project, you're just going to keep counting by 6, and then when you have it about the width you want, you're going to just add one more chain. Now the very first row is a little bit different because we're just working right on the chain. That's where I kind of would have liked to do a single crochet foundation, but I didn't, so I'm not going to do it with you because I didn't do it for myself. All you need to know for this stitch is double crochet, single crochet, and you need to be able to count at least to 6 because we needed that for our chain. We're going to start by putting 2 double crochets in one of these chains, and what I like to do, which I already did, is I'm going to start counting here. We're going to skip 3, and I'm going to start by that very first chain that the yarn is coming out of. 1, 2, 3. So we're going in this one. If you want, you can go in there and stretch that out a little bit so you'll know which one. It's a little bit difficult when you're starting because we're working just on the chain. So you're going to make a double crochet, which is yarn over, go in, pull through, yarn over, pull through, 2, yarn over, pull through, 2. There's 1 double crochet. Let's do another one. Yarn over in the same hole. Pull through 2, pull through 2. So we skipped 3 chains, and then in that 4th one, we did 2 double crochets. Now we're going to just count 1, 2. We're skipping 2. In this one here, skip, skip, hit. Single crochet. Easy as that. Now, skip, skip, hit. I don't know if anybody has ever said that. I just made that up. Skip, skip, hit. I kind of like it. Skip, skip, hit. We're going to do 5 double crochets in this one chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a knot in my yarn. I could just leave that, right? Or I could pass all this through it. You know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to make it tight. There we go. No big deal. All right. I have to start over. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 1 more double crochet in here. No chaining or anything after that. We're just going to go skip, skip, hit, single crochet. So see what we're doing? We started with a half shell, full shell, half shell, single crochet, full shell, single crochet. And I don't care how long this would be, you're going to continue that. Full shell, single crochet, full shell, single crochet, but you're going to skip 2 stitches between each. So we're going to be doing our 5 double crochets, skip, skip, hit. It's going to be this one, but I'm going to yarn over. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at all this mess hanging on to me here. And 5. And we're going to do our skip, skip, hit. Skip, skip, right there, single crochet. You're always going to end with a single crochet, and it always is supposed to be skip, skip, hit into that last one. If that doesn't happen, that means you made a mistake somewhere. Now the rows get easier because we have more to hang on to. You're going to chain 3. Every row is going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, turn. You're going to work 2 double crochets in the single crochet that we did below. Okay, let's look at that. See, there's the single crochet that we did. It's like the bottom of this bump, but right there. See, we have this big hole for the shell. Then we have this also kind of big hole. We don't want either of those guys. We want the single crochet. See the V? See the little V there? We're going in there. And, oh, we're going to yarn over. We're putting 2 double crochets in there. 1, 2. Every row from now on is the same. Right there. Okay, so we did 2 double crochets. Now our single crochet is so easy. It's at the top of the shell. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 V's, right? Because we did 5 double crochets, we want the, right there, the top one, the third one. 1, 2, 3. Right there, single crochet. Now if you happen to use the wrong one, it's not going to screw you up. It's not. You're going to just, you know, make up for it on the way back. You're just going to try to hit the center one on the way back. So we did our single crochet. Now we want to do 5 double crochets. It's always chain 3, 2 double crochets. We're making our half shell at the beginning of every row. Then we do our skip and we stick that in the top of the shell. And now we're skipping 2, but we don't really have to count. I mean, you can, if you look at it, you can see this is going to be our single crochet. We're going to be putting 5 double crochets in the single crochet. If you look at it this way, you can see there's our 2 double crochets. There's a big space where we have the skipped 2, and then there is our lovely single crochet. We can see the little V right there. So yarn over, we're putting 5 double crochets in there. If you can't recognize the stitch, then you're welcome to count. Why am I having a big ball of yarn constantly coming up to my hand? I don't like that. Okay, there. 1, 2. I did 2. See? You can count really easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's count it this time in case you want to do the counting, in case you don't want to look and say, what's the top? Skip, skip, hit. And we're going under both. I want you from ever now to say skip, skip, hit. I don't know why I came up with that. Now we want to do 5 double crochets in the chain. In the single crochet. I'm so confusing. And if you want to count it, skip, skip, hit, right there. And I'm going to do 5 double crochets in that little bugger right there. 1. And yes, I use USA terms because I live in the USA. 3. Look at this shit. Huh? Get the hell away from me. 4. Whoops. It's been a day. Let's just say that. 5. Now we're at the end. Skip, skip. This one is a little bit harder to find, and it gets to be a little bit of a pain in the ass when we get to the end. I'm going to show you 2 options, all right? This was a chain 3 here. Remember when we turned and then our 2 double crochets? That's how we did our half shell. If you want to make it easy, stick that single crochet at the end just between that chain and the double crochet right here. You can do that. It leaves a little bit more of a space. If you don't want the space there, but I'm promising you it's easier, then 1, 2, 3. It's this V that I have to go under. And it's just a little difficult to do. What I do is I see that's the V, so what I do is I stick my hook in the bump under it. And then I go like that, and then I pull it through. Oops, and see, it splits the yarn. Why don't we just change that? Let's just go right here. Single crochet, all right? I just made your life easier. Don't worry about that. We're going to be doing the slip stitch around the edging anyway. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like that hole there. I'm sorry. I can't go with that. 1, 2, 3. It's going to have to go right here. And you can just wiggle and work at it until you get it under there. Okay? I'm going to show you the difference. There's still a hole, but not as big because we pushed this guy down. You can make stuff up as you go. You really can. You don't have to do what anybody tells you. Okay, we're going to chain 3, right? We do that at the end of every row. 3, turn. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? Figure it out. We're going in this single crochet and we're doing 2 double crochets because we're making our half shell. 1, 2. Look. It's like a monster. This is a brand new skein. I've never worked so hard. Okay, we did our half shell, and now we're going to do our single crochet at the top of the shell that we did on the row below. Now we want to do our 5 double crochets in this single crochet below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then single crochet here, 5 double crochets here, oh, and in case you want to ask me, it's a size 10.5. Okay. But if you watch the first video, you'll know that. And now we're going to do our last single crochet. And we've determined that I'm being fussy and I want to go under the V and not just in that space. So there's 1, 2, 3. Skip, skip, hit. Like that. And it's going under there. Hey, that one was not too bad. Single crochet. And you would just repeat until you get to 12 inches if you're doing this particular block. All right, one more time. I'm just going to explain. Chain 3, turn. You would make your 2 double crochets here for your half shell. Then you would do your single crochet. 5 double crochets down here, single crochet. 5 double crochets down here, single crochet. And you would just continue like that. Now let's pretend that I'm done. Let's get rid of the chain 3. Let's say this is my last row. Instead of chaining 3, I want to do a single crochet row just to make it not so bumpy. It'll even it out a little bit. So I'm just turning. I don't need a chain 1 for single crochet. I've given up chain 1s on single crochet. And I'm just going to do a single crochet in every stitch. Don't worry about how many stitches there are. Just put a single crochet in each and every one of them. And doesn't have to be too loose. You could tighten up a little bit, make it a little bit straighter. Now we could do various stitches, like in the valleys, we could do a half double, and then on the top here, we could do a slip stitch to make it perfectly even, but we're not gonna do that because I don't wanna explain all that. What did I do here? Did I do a double crochet? I think I did, by mistake. Single crochet all the way across, and it will even it out enough. It'll all be good when it's joined to other blocks. And that would be my last right there. So see how it evened it up a little bit. Oops, like that. Now let's look at this again. I chained 43. 42 is a multiple of 6. And then I added one more chain because it's a multiple of 6 plus 1 is 43. So my chain was 43. I don't really know the rows. It's easier, like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm just going to count the bumps. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bumps. But just crochet until you're almost at 12 inches, and then you can finish with a single crochet row like I showed you on the swatch. Now you'll notice when you're doing your slip stitch all the way around, and don't worry if they look crooked, like, I have this little guy, there's like a kink there, that's okay. It's all gonna work out when we do the join. But the edges can be kind of holy, so you're just going to have to stick your crochet hook anywhere you want. And I came out to 39. You can maybe try to do 40 because that's what we're doing for our join. So if you want to try to make 40 slip stitches on each side, like this and this, then you can aim for that. And you can, split it up like I believe I showed you in the first video. I put some pins and then, tried to do 10 and then 10 and then 10. Whatever it takes. Don't freak out about it. Don't worry too much. Just do the best you can. But I don't even really remember how I showed you in that first video. So you'll have to go check it out. And, it just makes a much cleaner join when we do the slip stitch all the way around. And this is a little bit of a bumpy, you know, stitch. So it was a little bit more, not to me, because I just don't care. I'll stick my hook anywhere. But some of you might be like, I don't know where to put my hook. I'm telling you, just anywhere. And I'm going to show you on this. Especially, see, this is why I would have liked a foundation row to begin, because look at these big holes. That was like the most difficult. What you're going to have to do is, like, you might want to put a slip stitch there, there. You might have to go in between. You can't put 2 slip stitches in one hole because it doesn't work with slip stitches. Or if you want, you can like go down a little bit, there, 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 and you know, you can even go between things, just as long as you get the slip stitches. Like I had to go like between some of these double crochets, you know, that were this way. You know, don't just like go here, because you'll end up not having enough slip stitches. So you can, you know, just stick your crochet hook wherever you want. Just don't worry about it. You've got this. I promise you've got this. I guess that's it that I needed to tell you for now. I will be joining some more of the blocks off camera, but then I will come back and join 2 rows together, and we'll see how that looks. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye.